midday, a very good afternoon to you and welcome to the Citi Prime News on 97.3 Citi FM. The news is live from our studios at number 11 Dr. Morton Loop in Adabraka, Accra. It's also live on all our affiliates across the country and around the world. We are live on citynewsroom.com. My name is Hawa Idrisu and I'm here with
Wilma Ubobisa Coleman.
Coming up, Ghana Insurance Association joins call for an exemption from government-announced domestic debt exchange program, saying the consequences will be dire for the insurance industry.
Insurance companies must be exempted from the domestic debt exchange. In uncertain times like this, entities must protect their assets through insurance, which is a key risk management tool. Anything short of an exemption will have far-reaching consequences.
Also coming up, foreigners in retail businesses without requisite license risk having their shops closed permanently. That's a warning from the Ghana Union of Traders Association.
They can regularize their documents as to when their lease agreement with their landlords will elapse. We gave the Nigerians opportunity to bring their documents.
Still ahead in the bulletin, is set for the Opposition National Democratic Congress National Youth and Women's Wing elections at Cape Coast in the Central Region. And later, dancehall artist Stonebwoy, Akwabwa, Abiana, Praye and other sensational Ghanaian artists to rock this year's official Christmas party, the Situation 2022.
You have Akwabwa performing, you have Praye performing.
Yeah.
You have Abiana. And we have Stonebwoy.
Moment of silence.
Something wicked.
All that and more on Citi Prime News, which is also live on all our partner stations across the country. Western Region, we are live on Premier FM 100.5 in Takoradi, Beach FM 105.5, also in Takoradi. Bono Region, we are live on Greener FM 95.9 in Sunyain. Ashanti Region, Orange FM 107.9 in Kumasi. Eastern Region, we are live on Right FM 90.1 in Sumenya. Volta Region, we are live on Holy FM 98.5 in Aplau. Northern Region, we are live on Dasuma FM 99.1 in Yendi. Upper East, Word FM 88.3 in Zwarungu. And in the Upper West Region, we are live on Bugli Radio 88.6 in Wa.
Citi Prime News at 12 midday. Update you on all the running stories and connect you to the newsmakers.
Many thanks for choosing us. Now, the Ghana Insurance Association wants insurance companies exempted from the government domestic debt exchange program. According to the association, 40% of its total assets for the third quarter of 2022 has been invested in Government of Ghana securities, while an additional 10% is exposed to licensed banks, which also will be affected by the program. The Insurance Association therefore warns that should government go ahead and include insurance companies in the program, it will lead to the collapse of the insurance industry as it will not be able to pay the claims of clients. Seth Kobla Akwesi is the president of the Ghana Insurance Association.
Companies must be exempted from the domestic debt exchange. In uncertain times like this, entities must protect their assets through insurance, which is a key risk management tool. Anything short of an exemption will have far-reaching consequences for the insurance industry and the important role they play in protecting assets and liabilities of this country. This will also discourage the citizenry from taking up life and annuity policies. Insurance has been identified as one of the important tools for increasing financial inclusion from the current 58% to 75% by the year 2023. There must therefore be actions of government that repose confidence in insurance. This is important to help formalize the informal sector, which constitutes over 80% of the Ghanaian wealth. Finally, some insurance companies have their funds locked up in banks and other institutions which were part of the banking cleanup. Government should ensure release of these funds to the insurance companies concerned. This will help improve the liquidity position of the company. In the absence of the foregoing, the insurance and reinsurance companies will be happy to cede or transfer all our claims to the stabilization fund that they have announced.
You heard the president of the Ghana Insurers Association, Sid Kobla Akwesi.
Now, the government says the Ghana Care Obatampa project will be the game changer for Ghana's youth as their services are engaged in an all-year-round agriculture farming. The project is geared towards a common profitable objective, especially towards an economic recovery. The Ghana Care Obatampa project, outlined in the 2022-2023 budget, is an initiative to bridge the food supply gap, especially rice and vegetables, while reducing the risk associated with unemployment. The project has since commenced within the Chopoli and Esuchari enclave, where government intends to embark on a 10,000-acre rice and vegetable farming to feed the citizenry. Speaking to Citi News on the sidelines at the launch of the initiative, the Finance Minister, Ken Ofori-Atta, indicated that the project engages national service personnel in order to develop the entrepreneurial skills of the youth.
Even as we thought about it and developed this Ghana Cares program, was the honest question as to what the Ministry of Finance could do. And in realizing the organizational capacity of MIDA, we went there and said, well, you guys have done, 2 programs successfully before. So why don't you lead this effort? And then, of course, their collaborative way is leading to GIDA, etc. coming. And the Minister of Defense has always told me since we started this assignment 5 years ago that we are not using the military effectively, and that would change the cost structure of what we are used to and also more efficiency. So this really is the dawn of something really great. As a people, as you know, the budget this year was named in Kabum. So this is exemplifying the type of unity and working together for us to do that. So you can see our collaboration with the National Service and the whole issue of creating an entrepreneurial society. But usually the startup is very difficult. So if we're able to do this link up with National Service, make sure that even as they finish or even that becomes their first National Service project, you open their eyes, reduce the risk, it's called a risk mitigant, and then make sure that people's creative energies are huge once they cross, the risk and understand what they are doing.
That was Finance Minister Ken Ofori-Atta. The Chief of Staff, Akosua Frema Osei-Apari, commended the program and assured the Finance Ministry of Government's utmost support to ensure the project is sustained to generate income for the teeming youth.
If you really want the youth to go into farming and replace the aging farmers, then it's important to start them young. So I'm excited. Jubilee is excited with this project, and we really want it to succeed. So we commend you, and I think there are other areas that can use your expertise as well. So we can farm all year round. Actually, farming just a few months in a year is not helpful. But with the bringing the youth in to make it this a vocation, every time they have something to do. I don't know whether you are proposing mixed cropping at some point, that at some time you can use the land for other things. But there is also a big need for food, not just in Ghana, but outside. So let's feed ourselves, and then we can feed the world.
You heard Akosua Frema Osei-Apari, who is the Chief of Staff. The Minister for Defense, Dominic Niti-Wallen's part, noted that the initiative must be replicated in all 16 regions in the country. He disclosed the military has been deployed to coordinate affairs and ensure the project is well managed.
It's a very good project, and I think that if we can replicate this across the country, it will be a game changer. It will really be a game changer because you want to move people into doing this. People want to find work for themselves. So if they don't find this type of work, they'll do other things.
And you can imagine if you have 20,000 acres of land that is being utilized, you are talking of close to 100,000 people, young people who will be working within the area. That's a lot. If you multiply that by 16, then you can imagine what you are doing across the country. So this is a good start, and I think we should continue with it. And for the military, as I've always said before, if you use them, you will not regret it.
You heard the Minister for Defense, Dominic Nitiwu.
Now, shop owners at Roman Ridge along the Onyasia Crescent Street in Accra are appealing to the government to temporarily halt its planned demolition of their shops for developmental works. The traders lament the area has no market, thus the decision to destroy their shops will make access to basic household items needs difficult. Speaking to the media, the spokesperson for the group, Sewa Asamoah, wants the government to either compensate them or finalize processes for a memorandum of understanding in order to have a new market constructed.
Roman Ridge community has no market, and residents of the community must travel outside the community to buy their daily needs. We have taken bank loans to invest in developing the temporary commercial structures to serve our community's convenient needs. And a removal within the 2 weeks time limit will impose untold financial hardship on us and our workers. We are therefore very shocked to have received this notification from the principal estate officer of the ministry to vacate the place within that short period, with its attendant consequences on the health of our businesses. That the place, if destroyed, will be left dilapidated and ruddy for a long time. In this regard, we pray for your kindest consideration to intervene in the above issues to help us stay in business and to serve our community needs. Please, it would interest you to know that we had meetings with the minister and management of the Ministry of Works and Housing, and they promised to build shops to relocate us there by signing on MOU. We are sad to inform you that this promise has not been fulfilled.
Sewa Asamoah is the spokesperson for the shop owners whose shops have been earmarked for demolition at Roman Ridge here in Accra.
Now, some Nigerian traders in Kaswa in the central region whose shops have been locked by the Ghana Union of Traders Association, GUTA, for some time now have bemoaned the effect of the action on their livelihood and calling for an end to such actions. They further accused GUTA of unfairly targeting them in the latest exercise and called on the government to intervene. Central Regional Correspondent Calvus Tete has more in the following report.
According to the Nigerian traders in Kaswa, most of whom are members of the Nigerian Union of Traders Association, NUTA, is alleging that members have been specifically targeted because the shops of other non-nationals operating within the enclave have not been closed. They lament that for the past 3 days, their shops have been locked by the leadership of the Ghana Union of Traders Association, GUTA. They also lament the harsh economic condition they are going through as a result of their shops being locked. Some of the Nigerian shops that have been closed have notices on them directing affected shop owners to produce business operating permit, tax receipt, tenancy agreement, among others, to the Ministry of Trade for onward action to be taken. Here are some Nigerian traders speaking to Citi News about the incident.
No, there were no any notice. All we know that we have been hearing that they are coming to lock. That is rumor. They have been saying it over 1 month that they are coming to lock our store, but there were no any notice. They said they are from the Ghana Union Trade and Industrial. That is all we know that is written on the notice. We noticed that it's only Nigerian stores that have been locked. And according to what they wrote here, they said it is foreigners. So we don't know whether other nationality that is in Ghana, they are not foreigners. It's only Nigeria that is foreigners, because that is what we see that is happening. So we want government to intervene, to open the store for us, and then so that we can go back to our business.
There are some other nationalities here, Malians, even Cameroonians, and some other nationalities, even from Asia and all over the world. Everybody is here, but they only they only picked out the Nigerians to load their shop. I don't know why, because we are so frustrated. This Christmas is coming, and some of us have families here, and the inflation rate is very high. We don't know how to cope.
And they will not tell you anything. They will say lock. They put paper on it. Say we foreigners should leave the shop, and they are leave the market, and they are locking only Nigerian shop, because here we are selling here. We have other tribes like Togonese, other peoples selling.
chairman for the Nigerian community in the Central Region, Sir Dr. Chukwuemeka Azibuke, gave a breakdown of the genesis of the matter while calling on the government of Ghana and Nigeria to collaborate to resolve the matter.
The locked Nigerian shops are circled. Most of the stores they locked has remained there till today. They continue at Kumasi. Now some of the Nigerians find way of coming to this Kaswa. When you come to Kaswa, there is a very big market. When you go to that market, we have over 3,000 to 4,000 stores. Nobody is there. Because they have also told Nigerians not to go in their stores. They will make us to rent containers for 3, 4, 5, 8 years. Nigerians will rent. And before you know it, they will just come one day and take them out from that place. We are asking the Ghana and the Nigerian government to reason together like family and solve this matter for these poor individuals who has come here to look for their daily bread. It's very sympathetic seeing these people at this critical time when the economy is harsh on everybody. Christmas time is coming, school fees is there, and they are coming at this critical time to lock their shops. It's very sympathetic. For me as their leaders, I feel sorry. I feel so saddened.
Central Regional Correspondent Calvis Tete filed that report.
Meanwhile, Guta says foreigners in the country whose shops have been locked risk a permanent shutdown of their businesses if they do not acquire the requisite document to operate. This, according to the leadership of Guta, is a decision taken in collaboration with the Ministry of Trade and Industry, the Registrar General's Department, and other stakeholders to ensure that foreigners in retail business in Ghana comply with the law. The association has been locking up some shops nationwide in recent times. The latest took place in Kaswa. But providing explanations to this development, the Greater Accra chairman of Guta, Nana Kwabena Pepra, said the union's resolution follows the retailers' rejection to special dispensation granted them by the government despite series of diplomatic efforts by both Ghana and Nigeria governments.
The Nigerian government requested that we know we have a very cordial relationship with our brothers in Nigeria. So we should give them a very good dispensation so that they can regularize their documents as to when their lease agreement with their landlords will elapse. We gave the Nigerians opportunity to bring their documents because if Ghana government is going to give them a dispensation to work and then regularize their documents. The only demand was that they should be taxpayers. They should have their companies registered. They should bring their agreement with their landlords, and then other necessary documents. So it was only 97 of these foreigners who brought their documents.
Nationwide or just Kaswa?
It was nationwide. All the 97 who applied for the new dispensation, shops are going to be open. It's just a Guta who is doing this. No, it's a committee under Ministry of Trade.
You heard the Greater Accra Regional Chairman of the Ghana Union of Traders Association, Nana Kwabena Pepra.
The Commission on Human Rights and Administrative Justice, SHRAJ, says it remains helpless in enforcing Chapter 24 of the Constitution, which focuses on the Code of Conduct of Public Officers. The Code of Conduct provides that public officers comply with oaths, conflict of interest, and declare their assets and liabilities upon assumption of office. But the provision is flouted on many occasions, a situation SHRAJ believes breeds public service corruption. SHRAJ is, however, confident the yet-to-be passed Conduct of Public Officers Bill will be an antidote to this challenge. Speaking at an event to mark the 2022 edition of the International Anti-Corruption Day, Commissioner of SHRAJ, Joseph Whittal, disclosed the bill is currently pending approval from Cabinet 3 years since it was drafted.
No one can deny the importance of a code of conduct for public officers in the fight against corruption. Indeed, allegations of non-compliance with Chapter 24 of the Constitution, especially conflict of interest and non-declaration of assets and liabilities, continue to bedevil the media space. I think you all know what is happening. This year alone, the Commission received a record number of cases bordering on non-compliance and contravention of Chapter 24 of the Constitution, and we are currently investigating. Same. Efforts to give practical effect to Chapter 24 of the Constitution has resulted in the introduction of the Conduct of Public Officers Bill, which we call the COPO Bill, which has been laid in Parliament 3 times between 2008 and 2020, would have been enacted into law, and which is presently pending before Cabinet for consideration. Now, this is quite troubling. Our fear is that if action is not taken, the COPO Bill might suffer the same challenges that the Right to Information Bill faced before it was eventually passed into law. We're going to fight corruption. This situation certainly is not desirable.
Joseph Whittle is the Commissioner of Human Rights and Administrative Justice.
You are still listening to the Citi Prime News on 97.3 Citi FM. My name is Hawa Idrisu here with Wilma Obobisa Coleman. Still to come, we'll take you to the Central Region where all is set for the opposition NDC's National Youth and Women's Wing elections at the University of Cape Coast tomorrow. We'll tell you more shortly. Please don't go away.
Citi Prime News at 12 midday. Update you on all the running stories and connects you to the newsmakers.
What do you get when you mix the best DJs in the country? The most amazing live band sets, delicious cocktails, and wonderful food. Back-to-back hit music from Ghana's finest group, Praye, dazzled by the sounds of Abiana and being serenaded by the brilliantly talented Aquabua. The biggest outdoor party, of course. Situation 2022. Are you ready to party? We're changing the situation on December 24, 2022 with the biggest outdoor party in Accra. The Situation Outdoor Party 2022. Let's wrap up the year in style with the most epic party to end all parties this Christmas Eve with Situation. Ain't no party like a city party because a city party don't stop. This will be another one to remember. Date, Saturday, 24th December 2022. Venue, La Palm Royal Beach Hotel, Accra. Time, 8 p.m. Dress code, it's an all-white affair. Get your platinum, diamond, gold, and silver table bookings and seats by calling the hotlines 020-5973-973 or 055-8973-973. Book your table and make reservations now. The Situation Outdoor Party is sponsored by Ebony Condoms, Series, Doritos, and Lay's, and it's supported by Citi FM and Ghana Weekend. It's powered by Citi TV. This is a Beyond the Return event.
Citi Prime News at 12 midday. Updates you on all the running stories and connects you to the newsmakers.
You're welcome back. Now, with the fear of a surge in COVID-19 numbers during and after the Yuletide, the Ghana Health Service has relaunched the COVID-19 vaccination campaign in a bid to get more Ghanaians vaccinated to achieve the 20 million target. From December 14 to 18, 2022, vaccination will begin in earnest at the various hospitals. Here is Director General of the Ghana Health Service, Dr. Patrick Kuma Abuaji, reiterating that vaccination is the only way to protect Ghanaians against COVID-19 and attain herd immunity.
Currently, over 12 million people in Ghana have received at least a dose of COVID-19 vaccine, with over 9 million fully vaccinated. However, the end is far from sight since the disease is unpredictable and a larger proportion of the vaccine eligible population remains unvaccinated. To this end, ladies and gentlemen, we are gathered here this morning to witness yet another series of national COVID-19 vaccination days campaign, which starts from next week, Wednesday the 14th of December 2022 through to Sunday 18th December 2022 across all the districts in the country. During this period, this campaign period, approximately 6,000 vaccination teams will be deployed across the length and breadth of the country, employing both static and close-to-client strategies to reach the unreached. As with previous campaigns, the aim of the 5th National COVID-19 Vaccination Campaign is to reach the target of administering some 1.4 million doses, thereby bringing Ghana's closer to the attainment of herd immunity. That the time to get vaccinated is now, especially so as to move us into as we move into the festive mode of Christmas. That vaccination remains the most effective way of protecting yourself against COVID-19 disease.
That was Director General of the Ghana Health Service, Dr. Patrick Kuma Abwaji.
We go to the Ashanti region, where there's been a consistent increase in the number of reported road traffic deaths in the Kumasi metropolis between 2017 and 2021. The findings contained in a new report showed that reported road traffic deaths in 2021 increased by 3% to that of 2020, with 76% of pedestrians being victims. The report also shows 46% of the deaths occur on weekends, with people between 30 and 39 years being the most affected. Road Safety Injury Surveillance Coordinator at the Kumasi Metropolitan Assembly, Kingsley Reko, believes the findings will inform the implementation of interventions to address issues resulting in road traffic deaths.
So with the report, all what it's about road safety. So we want to know the three W's: when, where, and what's happening. So at first we noticed that we have corridors or high-risk locations for pedestrians, and then high-risk location for motorcyclists. And the next question is, what are we doing now? So the agency stakeholders who are in the jurisdiction of that area or corridors, you have to inform intervention based on the findings for the report. For example, we've noticed that 6 out of 10 pedestrians crashes are caused by pedestrian fatalities. So with this, what are we going to do? The corridors notice, for example, PB bypass, what are they doing there? Maybe there are technical areas they can look at. It can be engineering, it can be enforcement, it can be other activities. Yes, so all what this road safety report is telling us, what we have to do, and anything which we can do to limit fatalities and serious injuries.
Kingsley Reko is the Road Safety Injury Surveillance Coordinator at the Kumasi Metropolitan Assembly. The Road Safety Report is developed by the Kumasi Metropolitan Assembly in collaboration with the Bloomberg Philanthropies Initiative for Global Road Safety. The Regional Technical Advisor on Road Safety Surveillance with Vital Strategies, Dr. Raphael Ewua, called for flexibility in the approach to deal with road safety issues.
First of all, I don't think that we should blame anyone. As is often said, road safety is a shared responsibility. So, I think we need to understand that road crashes are going to occur, but what we need to do is to minimize the extent to which people are dying on the roads due to preventable deaths, right? And you are right, yes, stakeholders are doing a lot. National Road Safety Authority have been doing a tremendous job. Police are doing very well when it comes to enforcement. We have other agencies, either non-profit or non-governmental organizations, also partnering with public organizations or agencies to implement interventions. But I think that the key is that these findings are telling us that perhaps we need to do more than we are doing. I think that's what it is. No blame game here, but the findings definitely highlight the fact that we should be doing more than we ought to. Perhaps maybe we need to change the approach. Perhaps we need to focus on specific locations where a lot of these crashes are happening. Perhaps we need to focus on road users who are most vulnerable. Perhaps we need to focus on drivers who are reckless and so on. And I think that this report highlights that. For example, in the report, we show that a lot of pedestrian deaths are occurring, are happening because they are being knocked down by cars, SUVs, and pickups. So obviously we know the causal vehicle for some of these deaths. So perhaps, like I said, our approach to improving road safety outcomes needs to change, but no blame game here.
You heard the Ashanti Regional Technical Advisor on Road Safety Surveillance with Vital Strategies, Dr. Raphael Iwa.
Let's now head to the Eastern region where the Achimansa District Security Council has arrested 2 foreigners engaged in illegal mining on the Pra River at Blekete, a farming community along the Pra River where the district shares a boundary with the Ashanti region. The Security Council, which acted upon a tip-off, embarked on an anti-galamsey operation and in the process burnt over 10 changfans and also confiscated some mining equipment. There is more in this report by Citi News' Neoni Amate Kanako.
The Achimansa District Security Council has for some time now waged war against activities of illegal miners in the area. Most often, illegal miners, especially foreigners who flee other mining towns, end up finding solace in the Achimansa district due to the calm atmosphere in the area and the existence of 2 major rivers in the district, that is the Brim and Pra rivers. The invasion of foreigners engaged in illegal mining has become a headache for the District Security Council and other well-meaning residents as their continuous activities has polluted the Pra River, making it impossible for inhabitants and farmers to use on their farmlands. The District Security Council, upon a tip-off, embarked on an operation at Blekete, a farming community in the area where the district shares boundary with the Ashanti region. In the process, they set ablaze about 10 shamfans used by these illegal miners to pollute the Pra River. The district chief executive, Paula Samoa, who is the chairman of DISEC, who has also been speaking to Citi News on the operation, says 2 persons have been arrested for engaging in illegal mining in the area.
This time, we had to pick information about where they lodge and where they keep the equipment. So after going to the road to burn their champagne machines, we had to move to the communities and enter into their hiding places and pick some of the equipment. Unfortunately, we grabbed some of them and we have handed them to the security who are taking the further actions against them. We burnt not less than 10 machines on the river bodies. And sometimes when you get there and you see what is happening on our river bodies, you are Ghanaian, you have to feel for the unborn generation.
DISEC, which is committed to ensuring the district is free of illegal miners, is worried about the involvement of natives who aid foreign nationals and other well-to-do businessmen and politicians to engage in illegality.
Occasionally, we gather information and pounce on them, and this time, that's what we did. And we tried as much as possible to get hold of them, and it was very difficult because they create a lot of informants along the communities in the district where they operate. They make sure they compromise all the people in the area. They come and the people in the villages, they meet them and get them what they want to get them to influence them. So anytime they see that there's an operation that I'm leading, then these people give prior notice to them, then they vanish.
The Ghana National Association of Small-Scale Miners recently launched a task force to patrol the Brim River after activities of illegal miners at the extraction point of the Chebi Ghana water treatment plant caused authorities to shut down the plant, citing high turbidity levels of the water. The immediate engagement of the task force on the Brim River resulted in the reduction of the turbidity level from 3,800 to 89 NTU. Subsequently, the water plant resumed operations. Mr. Paula Samoa believes the intervention of a similar task force and support of central government in patrolling the Brim and Pra rivers in the Achimansa area will go a long way to help stop illegal mining on the stretch.
I would like to commend the Association of Small-Scale Miners. Recently, I heard in the news that they went about clearing the people on the river bodies on their own. I think it's very laudable. I will appeal with them to continue. You see, the more we clear these people out of the river bodies and have clean water, they can also operate on the land. Because you see, to be honest, apart from mining in the forest area, these people operating on the river bodies are the most dangerous people. This association that operates small-scale mining, they do it on the land. And you see, if we have assemblies controlling these miners who have a document to work, they will do the right, they will apply the right method of mining. But those who are operating on the river bodies, they are not registered miners. They are just illegal operators on the river bodies. So our appeal to these association members to continue and support the government with the patrol on the river bodies, so that when we get clear rivers on our land, they can also do their work to earn a living.
That report was put together by our Eastern Regional Correspondent Neoni Amate Kanaku.
The Ashanti Regional Security Council is urging calm among inhabitants of Ejura as it takes steps to resolve issues between local farmers and nomadic herdsmen in the area. There have been recent troubles between local farmers and some nomadic herdsmen operating in some communities within the Ejura enclave. Citi News' Ashanti Regional Correspondent Hafiz Tijani reports.
The Ejura Traditional Council has maintained a stance to flush out nomadic herdsmen in communities within the area. This follows concerns of insecurity in some of the communities, a situation inhabitants accused herdsmen of perpetuating. The traditional authorities ignited their interest in protecting lives when a police constable was killed in a recent robbery attack at Miminaso No. 2 on the Ejura-Nkranza Road. Ashanti Regional Minister Simon Osei-Mensah is however calling for calm and says the Regional Security Council will table the matter for discussion in its upcoming meeting to help find solutions.
The cattle owners should provide safe haven for their cattle so that they will not go and consume the crop. I don't think any crop farmer can sleep on the farm the whole day trying to prevent cattle from going to the farm. There is rather the cattle owners that should prevent the cattle going into people's farms.
How soon is the RETEC moving in?
Oh, we are meeting this Friday. When we meet, we take a decision on that. But all that we've informed the chiefs and people of Ejura is that they should exercise some patience and some restraint, and we going forward, we find a solution to the problem. You don't just move in, enter somebody's land, even though I agree that the ECOWAS protocol allows free movement of goods and services, but it doesn't say move in and go and destroy somebody's property. Do you understand it? So you move in, you get a better place where the cattle can feed, so that they don't destroy properties.
He spoke to Citi News at a short ceremony to inaugurate members of the Regional Peace Council in Kumasi. He pledged to strengthen collaboration between the Security Council and the Peace Council to ensure stability in the Ashanti region.
What we achieved with the previous Regional Peace Council, we are expecting that there will be improvement. Actually, with their help, we've been on top of the security within the region. We had excellent collaboration. Anytime there was any security challenge, we invited them. We called for their views on the issue and possible solutions to the issue. Where need arose, all that we did was to let them go to the ground to try to soften hearts before Regional Security Council will go in.
A board member of the National Peace Council, Nana Ejekuma Difie II, who is also the Queen Mother of the Asante Mampon traditional area, called on the members to be fully committed to their duties.
Our youth are becoming increasingly agitated over limited opportunities, with impunity enduring our social very fabric. Spillover of economical challenges in other parts of the world, and the threat of extreme looping large over our sub-region. In the view of foregoing, I will call on the incoming members of the Regional Peace Council to buckle up because the task ahead is critical.
Ashanti Regional Chairman of the Peace Council, Bishop Nuhu Ben Abubakar, reiterated members' commitment to ensure peace and stability in the region.
Majority of the members were from the old board, and so we all have the experience and we know what actually happens in this region. We have chieftaincy disputes, we have youth agitation, we have political conflicts, we have regional conflicts, religious conflicts. And now, this time it's Galamsey. It's also creating problems. And with our experience, the way we've handled them so far, we know that we can handle all the conflicts.
The members include religious and traditional leaders.
The Ashanti Regional Branch of the National Peace Council is urging communities in the region to also play their role in ensuring peace and stability in the region. Hafiz Tijani, Citi News, Kumasi.
And here in the studios, my name is Hawa Idrisu, here with Wilma Obobisa Coleman. Now, the police service has placed a 100,000 cedis bounty for information on persons responsible for the shooting incident at the Techiman South Constituency Coalition Center in 2020, which led to the death of 2 people. The police in a statement said though it is yet to make any arrest, the case has been referred to the newly established Cold Case Unit for continuous investigations. The police also assured the families of the victims that the perpetrators will be brought to book.
The Inspector General of Police, Dr. George Ekufu-Dampare, has identified indiscipline as the bane of Ghana's development. Speaking at the annual Thanksgiving of the Jospon Group of Companies, Dr. Dampare bemoaned the growing level of indiscipline in society. He noted that the levels of disorderliness and irresponsibility have led to more destruction instead of creation in Ghana. Dr. George Ekufu-Dampare therefore called on Ghanaians to be more responsible in protecting the environment.
Makes my task very difficult. And beyond my father speaking, looking at...
We apologize for that wrong insert. We'll get it for you in our subsequent bulletins.
Let's now take you to the Central Region, where a total of 1,972 delegates will on Saturday be voting to elect the National Youth Organizer as well as the Women's Organizer for the National Democratic Congress (NDC) at Cape Coast. Many dignitaries are expected to attend the conference, which will be held at the University of Cape Coast. Electoral Commission officials and the National Congress Planning Committee of the NDC say they are ready to ensure that the process is successful. There is huge police presence in the Central Regional Capital ahead of the elections tomorrow. Party flags of the NDC can be seen in many parts of the Central Region, which is an indication of the big event. Deputy Secretary of the NDC in the Central Region, Eric Ofer, says everything is set for a peaceful elections tomorrow.
Everybody is here, as if the program is even taking place today. Everything is safe. Everything is in order. I can confidently report to all your listeners that everything that needs to be done by any serious political party has been put in place. The Electoral Commission is on hand, the National Planning Committee, the Local Organizing Committee, the policemen, everybody, anybody who is supposed to contribute meaningfully to a success of this particular youth and women's conference is on hand. So I can report authoritatively that everything is on hand and is going to be very successful tomorrow, barring any unforeseen emergency.
You just heard the Deputy Secretary of the NDC in the Central Region, Eric Ofer. This is still the Citi Prime News on 97.3 Citi FM. Still to come, dancehall artist Stonebwoy, Akwabwa, Abiana, Praye and other sensational Ghanaian artists to rock this year's official Christmas party, which is the Situation 2022. We'll tell you more. Please stay with us.
Citi Prime News at 12 midday. Updates you on all the running stories and connects you to the newsmakers.
What do you get when you mix the best DJs in the country? The most amazing live band sets, delicious cocktails, and wonderful food. Back-to-back hit music from Ghana's finest group, Praye, dazzled by the sounds of Abiana and being serenaded by the brilliantly talented Akwabwa. The biggest outdoor party, of course, Situation 2022. Are you ready to party? We're changing the situation on December 24, 2022 with the biggest outdoor party in Accra. The Situation Outdoor Party 2022. Let's wrap up the year in style with the most epic party to end all parties this Christmas Eve with Situation. Ain't no party like a city party because a city party don't stop. This This will be another one to remember. Date, Saturday, 24th December 2022. Venue, La Palm Royal Beach Hotel, Accra. Time, 8 p.m. Dress code, it's an all-white affair. Get your platinum, diamond, gold, and silver table bookings and seats by calling the hotlines 020-5973-973 or 055-8973-973. Book your table and make reservations now. The Situation Outdoor Party is sponsored by Ebony Condoms, Series, Doritos, and Lays, and it's supported by Citi FM and Ghana Weekend. It's powered by Citi TV. This is a Beyond the Return event.
Oh, yes. Have you been looking for an unlimited internet? Ghana Wi-Fi is here, your most affordable internet service provider. You can now enjoy our truly unlimited and super fast internet service at your homes and offices. Browse, stream, connect to your internet TV and home security at an amazing speed with no data cap. Connect to Ghana Wi-Fi's fast unlimited internet service for only 300 Ghana cedis per month. To get connected, visit www.ghanawifi.com or contact us on 030-825-0074. Ghana Wi-Fi and my internet no swire day. Ghana Wi-Fi, truly unlimited internet for you.
Citi Prime News at 12 midday. Updates you on all the running stories and connects you to the newsmakers.
Yeah, welcome back. The Speaker of Parliament, Alban Bagbin, has called for further engagement from the Electoral Commission before it lays before the House the constitutional instrument that seeks to make the Ghana card the sole document for the election 2024 voters register. Members of Parliament, particularly those on the minority side, are skeptical about the Electoral Commission's ability to effectively apply the CI in light of the challenges with acquisition of the Ghana card. The Speaker has thus reiterated his notice to the Electoral Management Body to engage the House further before laying the constitutional instrument.
If what is being alleged is anything to go by, the Electoral Commission is giving notice. I believe it's not the case, because they know they cannot go on the offensive against an arm of government. We are not just a state institution. We are not just an administrative body. This is an arm of government. And when they talk about independence of arms, they really mean that neither arm, whether the executive or the judiciary, controls the other arm. We don't also control the executive, we don't control the judiciary. That is what the separation of powers is all about. We have to work together because we lead the country, the three arms. And so there is no way that a subsidiary body can be on an offensive. We passed the law to create the Electoral Commission. It was simply guaranteed in the Constitution, but we had to pass a law to establish it. I hope this is enough notice. I must be given the brief before I can exercise my authority to allow the business to be provided and presented to the House. But I'll cross-check to make sure that the official communication has been given. I don't take the peace of this country for granted, and I will not do anything to endanger it. I mean what I say.
That was the Speaker of Parliament, Alban Bagbin. Now it's day 20 of the ongoing FIFA World Cup in Qatar. The boys have been separated from the men. And after a 2-day break, the World Cup resumes with quarter-final ties today. City Sports' Evans Ofochumanso is here to tell us more. How did it end before we went on the break? Morocco.
Yes,
Really.
Morocco
Now,
did
the
Africa
whole of the
proud.
African continent is behind Morocco, the fourth country on the continent to reach the quarterfinal stage.
Absolutely.
Tell us how that ended.
Well, it was a very interesting game for the Moroccans. They faced Spain, and just like yourself, many Africans were rooting for the Moroccan team, and against all odds, that game went to penalties. The Spanish team didn't even score one penalty.
Yeah.
The Moroccan keeper made 3 saves, so Morocco winning
Beautiful save.
on penalties, and their fairy tale continues. So they've joined the likes of Cameroon, Ghana, Senegal as the 4 African teams to make it to the quarterfinal of the World Cup.
Congratulations to them in advance. I
Amen.
hope they make the first African team to reach the semis.
Well, I think I like how they supported us in 2010, the whole Africa. Now you're all behind them and you're wishing them the best as well.
Very well. So after 2-day break, today there is football.
Yes.
Now 3 p.m. we have Croatia taking on Brazil. Tell us what we should be expecting.
Well, Howard, this is a game that has been branded as the tournament favourite. Brazil up against the 2018 runners-up, and the Brazilians have never lost in 4 previous games to Croatia. So they've won 3 and they've drawn 1 in that head-to-head record. And since beating Germany in 2002 by 2-0 in the grand finale, the Seleçaos, they have lost each of their past 5 World Cup games against European nations. So whenever they face an European nation, they struggle a lot. And this is quite impressive record for the Croatian team. But Croatia also don't do well against South American countries. They've lost 4 of their 5 World Cup meetings against South American teams, despite beating Argentina in 2018. So it's a game that has been, tagged as favourites versus a runner-up. It's a heavyweight contest. Neymar will be playing for the Brazilians there, and also Luka Modric, he's the star of the Croatian team. So it's a game where both countries cannot afford to make mistakes, because whenever you make a mistake, you'll be punished. The Brazil team, before this encounter, whitewashed South Korea by 4-1. For Croatia also, they had to go all the way to penalties against Japan, and they won that encounter. So it's one of those games where anyone can win, and I know at the end I'll pick your prediction on that one as well. Later at 7 p.m. also, there is Lionel Messi.
Yeah,
he's in action tonight. I know you guys love Lionel Messi.
No, not me, Nakwama.
Nakwama, and...
Not at all.
Oh, okay, so there's no Messi fan in studio though. But Messi will be in action tonight at 7 p.m. with his Argentina team. They are facing Netherlands.
I support Netherlands.
Oh, that's a heartbreak for myself, because I'm a Messi fan. I'm a Messi fan too here. So, well, it's your Netherlands against my Messi and his Argentina team. And this is a repeat of the 1978 final where Argentina won that game. The last time they met was in 2014. And that game went all the way to penalties. Argentina won that one 4-2. Lionel Messi was played in that game, and he scored a penalty as well. So the Dutch are coming for what is a revenge. And we know how revenge normally end up. The Black Stars went into a competition with the revenge mentality. It didn't go well. The Dutch
but in the end, at least we were compensated.
So today we have Argentina versus Netherlands, revenge mission for the Dutch. And they can qualify. The Dutch can qualify for their... that would be their 4th semi-final at the World Cup, since they did one in 1998, one in 2010, and also in 2014. For Argentina also, they are searching for a 5th semi-final place. They did so in 1930, 1986, 1990, and 2014. So that's how huge this game is for both countries there. But the face of the game today will be Lionel Messi, as to whether he can still carry the Argentina team and help them win the World Cup. He's 35 now. Many are praying that he gets to at least end the World Cup with a trophy. I know you don't want that tonight, but I hope that Messi will progress and do this for his Argentina team. But tomorrow also we have 2 matches. Portugal will be up against Morocco at 3 p.m. And I know all of us here are rooting for Morocco.
Yes, please.
And then England against France, 7 p.m. tomorrow. So that's the quarterfinal games of the World Cup. Remember that semi-final will be next week as well.
Many thanks, Evans Ofochu Manso, for the latest on our World Cup dailies. We'll meet you again at 2 p.m. on 97.3,
yes.
right?
Yes, we have the World Cup daily, so in-depth analysis of these games, yeah.
Very well. Most grateful to meet you at exactly 2 p.m. Now, the National Disaster Management Organization, NADMO, is decrying the lack of funds to support the victims of the Apiate disaster. Dozens of people lost their lives following a huge explosion at Bogoso Apiate in the western region in January this year. A committee was subsequently set up to oversee the reconstruction of the affected town and offer support to the victims. In an interaction with City News on how the victims are faring, the Deputy NADMO Director for Prestia Huni Valley, Louis Afo, said the relief committee is running out of items.
Oh, as for the relief side, I can tell you we are broke now. As NADMO, whatever goes on, I'm aware of it. You see, people's attention was donating money to Apiate people, And since the reconstruction committee was established by government, it's only a few people who still think about the people, their welfare.
Louis Afo is Deputy NADMO Director for Prestia Huni Valley in the Western Regional Parliament has approved the nomination of Justices Barbara Frances Aka Ayensu and Samuel Kwame Adibu onto the Supreme Court. The House unanimously adopted a consensual report from the Appointment Committee, which was tasked with the vetting of the nominees. In presenting the report, Chairman of the committee, Joseph Osewusu, said the two judges demonstrated dexterity in the knowledge of the law.
Now, award-winning reggae and dancehall artist Stonebwoy has been announced as one of the artists billed to rock the biggest end-of-year party exclusively organized by Citi FM and Citi TV, dubbed The Situation, on December 24, 2022. The third edition of The Situation outdoor party has a host of other artists who are already lacing their boots to give patrons an experience of a lifetime to officially usher them into Christmas. This year's event will be held at the La Palm Royal Beach in Accra. Let's hear from the Managing Director of Citi FM and Citi TV, Samuel Atamensa, and the Citi Breakfast Show team on what to expect at this year's much-anticipated Christmas party.
This morning, somebody called me that, Charlie, we haven't heard anything about D2R. And I'm saying that, you see, the December to Remember concept has been subsumed.
By COVID.
Is that the correct word?
Yeah. No, by COVID-19.
So it's all been captured into the Situation party. And the Situation is a party with performances. So this year we have Akwabwa, whose song you are listening to. We'll play another Akwabwa just to hit it, Charlie. And Charlie, can you imagine Sky? Charlie, that evening with the breeze from the sea. After the Inchinchim band has done the intro for the first 1-2 hours.
Thank you.
And then Akwabwa will come.
Thank you.
And then raise matters of the heart.
How early must people book? Because you know today is what? 9th.
Today's
right?
9th.
Yeah. I mean, people have started booking already.
Don't wait.
So now you have Akwabwa performing, you have Praye performing,
Yeah.
you have Abiana, and we have Stonebwoy.
Moment of silence.
Something wicked. Hey, beats like boy. Hear me out. My tololo, girl say she want some dan bololo. After she sip on the champagne, she then came in matele.
So, look, it presents the best opportunity this Christmas.
As I said, after 24th, it's 1st January.
Yeah.
You heard You heard Samuel Atamensa with members of the City Breakfast Show. The Situation Outdoor Party is sponsored by Ebony Condoms Series, Doritos, Lays and Logistics Movers. It is powered by City TV with support from City FM and Ghana Weekend. It's also part of the Beyond the Return and championed by the Ghana Tourism Authority.
And that's how we end today's edition of the City Prime News, which has been live from our studios in Adabraka, Accra. My name is Hawa Idris. I was here with
Wilma Obobisa Coleman.
For more news, please log on to citynewsstream.com. Anita Kisimreko is up next with the afternoon's edition of City Business News. Many thanks for your company. Do have a great weekend.
City News, we speak first. Reach our hotline on 0302-224959 and get interactive on Facebook, City 97.3 FM, and on Twitter at City 973.
City 97.3 Accra.
Get the details. Every significant financial transaction.
What do you get when you mix the best DJs in the country, the most amazing live band sets, delicious cocktails, and wonderful food? Back-to-back hit music from Ghana's finest group, Prayer, and being serenaded by the brilliantly talented Akwabua. The biggest outdoor party, of course. Situation 2022. Are you ready to party? We are changing the situation on December 24, 2022 with the biggest outdoor party in Accra. The Situation Outdoor Party 2022. Let's wrap up the year in style with the most epic party to end all parties this Christmas Eve with Situation. Make your Christmas Eve come alive with the most incredible DJs who will keep you dancing all night long. Amazing live band sets and the crooner Akwabua. It is the perfect ingredient for the best party this festive season. Ain't no party like a city party, because a city party don't stop. This will be another one to remember. Date Saturday 24th December 2022. Venue La Palm Royal Beach Hotel, Accra. Time 8 p.m. Dress code, it's an all-white affair. For table booking, call 020-5973-973 or 055-8973-973. Book your table and make reservations now. Media partners, Ghana Weekend and City FM. This is powered by City TV. This is a Beyond the Return event.